Inflation measure pointed to lower food prices last month. And as Karen Kafa reports, it also another sign the Federal Reserve steps to curb inflation may finally be bringing prices under control.
A better than expected reading of a key government index may be another indicator inflation relief is on the way. The U.S. Producer Price Index, or PPI, declined 0.5% last month compared to November, more than economists expected. And PPI, which measures the prices that sellers pay for goods and services before they reach consumers, is often seen as a solid predictor of where inflation is headed. Food prices declined 1.2%, the biggest monthly dip in 2 years. It's not enough to put a major dent in grocery bills just yet, but perhaps a sign inflation is turning a corner. And although prices for items like fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, grains, and cooking oils have soared in the last 12 months, those increases dialed back between November and December. Of course, other variables can impact food production, like the U.S. avian flu outbreak that has kept egg prices climbing, and recent storms in California that could wreak havoc with U.S. produce supply.
Destruction of crops is going to act as a supply side shock. So that means that we're going to have a harder time sourcing these fruits and vegetables domestically.
But recent reports show overall price inflation moving in the right direction. Down. The December Consumer Price Index, CPI, pointed to an overall drop month to month for the prices paid by consumers for the first time in nearly 3 years. In Washington, I'm Karen Kafa.
First-time jobless claims surprising the experts this month. There were 190,000 claims, and that's a drop of 15,000. The data company that provides the Labor Department numbers said that economists had actually expected the numbers to rise, not lower. The decrease in the first-time unemployment insurance claims indicates that the labor market is still pretty tight, but continuing claims have been on the rise.
A new study raises the question whether some people can wait longer than the recommended 10 years to repeat a colonoscopy after a negative initial screening. In 2021, the recommended age to have your first colonoscopy was lowered to 45. Generally, as long as that initial colon screening is negative, patients can wait 10 years before getting another colonoscopy. But now, a new study questions whether that interval could be prolonged. Researchers followed 120,000 people ages 64 and older in Germany from 2013 to 2019. They found that the current 10-year screening intervals for colonoscopies are safe and that extending intervals between screenings may be acceptable, especially for women and younger people without gastrointestinal symptoms.
Intermittent fasting may not be as effective for weight loss as once thought. That's according to a new study. Intermittent fasting involves eating all of your meals over the course of just a few hours and then fasting for the rest of the day. This latest study shows no association between restricting eating times and weight loss. That included how long people waited to eat after waking up, or how long their window of eating was throughout the day, or even how close to bedtime they ate. However, experts say the study should be taken with a grain of salt. There were few, meaning not many, racial and ethnic minorities in the participants of this study, and the researchers did not take into account factors like stress and people's environments.
So they tell you to take it with a grain of salt, but then they say don't have much salt.
Definitely don't have much salt.
I'm thoroughly confused.
All I know is it's a great day to take that salad out on the patio.
Yeah, there you go. Eat healthy outside.
It's all that food sounds good. It is a beautiful day for that, guys. You're right. Blue skies yet again. We've had just a beautiful stretch of weather here, and today is no exception. I want to show you a picture of the sunrise this morning. It was gorgeous too. We've got some of those thin cirrus clouds coming through. They always make for great sunrises and great sunsets. So have your camera out tonight. We should get another good sunset with some nice colors around the area. Temperatures in Texas, it's 45 in Amarillo. That's one of the cool spots, 44 Lubbock. It ranges all the way down into the, or I should say up to the low 70s there in South Texas, 72 right now in Brownsville. And there is quite a bit of cold air across the middle part of the country. And as you go west, 32 Boise, Salt Lake City, some cooler air being pulled down from Canada. The warm spot yet again is Miami, 81. It's been the warm spot basically every day, it feels like, this winter. And they're cooking there again today with highs in the 80s expected. A little closer look at what we got going on here. It's generally pretty clear. We've got, again, maybe a few thin high clouds that'll come through a little bit later this afternoon. But I am watching some of these clouds down here in parts of Mexico. This is the cloud cover that will gather tonight and start to pull into the area tomorrow, and we'll see more clouds certainly on your Friday. It clouds up quite a bit, in fact. 70 by 2 o'clock today, 71 by 3 o'clock, 72 the high temperature with mostly sunny skies, no rain chances, and we'll see those light winds continuing throughout the rest of today. We do have some changes on the way by the weekend. More on that forecast coming up in just a bit, guys.
All right, Justin, thank you. New York Congressman George Santos is now facing, if you can believe it, even more scrutiny. Now a homeless veteran is accusing him of scamming him out of thousands of dollars. The veteran saying the charity funds were raised to help his dying dog.
ABC's M. Nguyen tells us that news comes as new documents surface showing his mother was not at the Twin Towers in New York on 9/11, as he has previously claimed. In fact, she wasn't even in the United States.
Embattled New York Congressman George Santos, already under fire for apparently making up the entire biography he used to persuade voters, now accused of pocketing $3,000 he raised on GoFundMe that was intended for a homeless veteran's dying dog.
I had developed pretty bad PTSD. She definitely was the reason that I'm still here.
Navy veteran Richard Osthoff says he was living on the streets in New Jersey when his service dog Sapphire developed a tumor. Another veteran referred him to a pet charity, he says, to help raise money for his dog to have surgery. That organization run by Santos using the fictitious name Anthony DeVolder.
I needed it. I needed that dog to survive.
But as ABC previously reported, that charity never existed. Osthoff alleging Santos never turned over the funds. His dog passed away a year later.
That's like stealing my medication and stealing my best friend at the same time.
Santos denying the allegations, describing them as shocking and insane, adding he has no clue who Osthoff is. A source close to the GoFundMe situation confirming to ABC Santos ran that account. In a statement, GoFundMe saying they sought proof of the delivery of funds from the organizer. The organizer failed to respond, which led to the fundraiser being removed and the email associated with that account prohibited from further use. The Republican congressman also accused of another outrageous lie, previously claiming his mother was a 9/11 survivor.
She was in the South Tower, and she made it out. She got caught up in the ash cloud. My mom fought cancer till her death.
But immigration documents obtained by a genealogist through a Freedom of Information Act request and provided to ABC News suggests that's not true, indicating Santos's mother wasn't even in the U.S. that day. Despite growing calls from Democrats, some Republicans, and his constituents to resign, Santos has now been placed on 2 congressional committees. Speaker Kevin McCarthy signaling any discipline of Santos will be handled internally. M. Nguyen, ABC News, Washington.
Still coming up, the Clippers getting in a game before they come to San Antonio to take on the Spurs. Larry Ramirez will let you know if they are in a good mood or a bad mood.
Now a happy puppy story, a place to call his own. How a dog was able to find its forever home after several failed adoption attempts.
There will be no more crying for one hound dog in the Tar Heel state.
ABC's Will Gans reports after a long wait, this little pup finally found a forever home.
They say good things come to those who wait. And Ronald's been waiting for a hug like this for a long time. The rescue pup has been returned to his shelter in Raleigh, North Carolina, not once or twice.
People didn't realize how big he was. I mean, he's 70 pounds and he's a year old.
But 14 times.
He just has so much energy, and I mean, he's a puppy. He doesn't know how to control it. So I think people. He jumps really high. Yeah, he can jump really high. I think people are just intimidated by him.
The SPCA of Wake County taking to Facebook with a plea. Help us break Ronald's unlucky streak. 14 adoptions have fallen through for this lovely guy. That post about Ronald shared nearly 60,000 times until it reached Kirsten Davis.
We're used to the high energy and the craziness, so.
Kirsten making the 90-minute drive to the shelter to meet with Ronald.
Was running around, galloping, having the best time of his life. So yeah, I brought him home.
Kirsten making sure with staff that he wasn't aggressive around kids, and then agreeing to a 5-day trial run with Ronald.
I took a chance, and sure enough, it's just worked out perfect.
Ronald joining Kirsten, her husband Corey, and their kiddos, Kason and Cohen. How has it been so far?
It's been really good. Have you guys had fun with him? Yeah. Yeah, it's been really good. He fits in perfectly.
And I just want to clarify, Kason, your broken leg has nothing to do with Ronald, right? That was
Soccer. Soccer was the culprit of this broken leg, not Ronald.
And the Davis family says they're happy Ronald's story might help other dogs find a forever home, too.
It's just all about finding the right home for them and the right people. And I think everyone can find themselves a perfect dog at a shelter somewhere.
Often a family will rename a rescue once he's been adopted, but the Davis family says Ronald might be too famous now for a new name. Plus, they say that it suits him. Will Gans, ABC News, New York.
Looks a little like a Ronald, doesn't he? Or does he?
He does. I think adopting a dog is a great idea.
Yeah.
Justin does too.
Yeah, we have a new doggy at home.
Yeah.
She's energetic, just like Ronald. Keeps us on our toes, but we love it. We really, really do. Outside for you right now, we got blue skies. It is a beautiful day. 65 degrees so far, 47 the low this morning. So it was a little chilly to start, but we've warmed up nicely. The record is 85 set back in 2000. We will not get there today, but temperatures in the 70s certainly possible. And no big cold snap on the way like they saw in 1940. We'll take a look at the 7-day forecast coming up.
So, Justin, today should be a great day to take your little puppy dog for a walk outside.
The house. How's the house breaking going?
Oh, we're getting there.
Training.
We're getting there. Slowly but surely, we're getting there. It's going pretty well, actually. And she does love going for walks, especially when it's like this. I mean, this is great dog walking weather. All of January has been so far.
You got to show a picture of her.
I do need to show a picture.
Yes.
At some point, maybe tomorrow.
Okay.
I'll show you guys a picture. She's awful cute. Let's go outside for you right now. We've got mostly sunny skies, a few thin high clouds coming through at this hour, and 65 degrees at the airport, 66 Stinson, 65 Kelly and Randolph. Winds are northeasterly right now. I think they'll turn more easterly later this afternoon, but light across the board, nothing gusty like yesterday. 64 Kerrville, 67 in Hondo, 70 in Pleasanton, 67 in Gonzales. What a great day to be outside. And already seeing temperatures close to 70 in a few spots. Rio Medina, 68, but it is 70 now in Pleasanton, 66 down there at Stinson, as we said. In the forecast temperatures today, I think we get up around 72 here in town, 73 Castroville, 72 in Devine, 68 Canyon Lake, 68 in San Marcos and Seguin this afternoon. And then tonight, not as cold. It will really depend on cloud cover as to how chilly we get, but right now we're thinking upper 40s, close to 50 for a low overnight tonight. So if we get more clouds, these temperatures may be a little bit warmer. And then tomorrow, we're not going to warm up that much because the clouds will be in place. So I think highs tomorrow will only be in the 50s. Keep that in mind. A little chillier tomorrow, so send the kids with a jacket tomorrow, and they may want to keep it with them through the day. Dew point trends, it's very dry today. Dew points start to step up a little bit tomorrow and Saturday, but notice the dew points never really jump into the muggy territory. We're not going to have a lot of moisture to work with, period, as we get these systems coming through. But there's enough there to maybe get a few showers Saturday. And again, Monday into Tuesday, we're on that roller coaster ride with these dew points. It's a lot of. I mentioned those clouds building across deep South Texas. We're watching those. These are the clouds that may eventually shift north as we get into tonight and tomorrow and really kind of fill in during the day tomorrow. That's out ahead of our next storm system, which right now is still out over the Rocky Mountains over Nevada and Utah, producing some snow for the ski resorts there. And this system will drop south and develop a little bit more. I want to show you something too pretty interesting. This is the drought monitor from 6 months ago. We've been talking a lot about what happens with this recent rainfall. This is the newest drought monitor that's in. Basically disappears, the drought, more or less. There's still some areas there that need some rain, but the snow will eventually melt all that snow they got in the mountains, and probably will help out even more. So lots of improvements out west. I wish we could say that is the case here, but we can't yet. As we look at the forecast, again, clouds increase tomorrow morning. This is 7 o'clock, becomes cloudy. Then we may start to see a few very, very light showers late tomorrow, but probably more so Saturday morning. Even then, this is not going to amount to much. just some light stuff as an area of low pressure develops along the coast, kind of steals away some of the moisture a little bit. And then on Saturday with some afternoon clearing, some morning showers. Sunday may be the better day, 68 degrees and sunny. 69 Monday, we get that next chance of rain coming in Monday night into Tuesday. Could see showers and maybe even a storm with that system as it pulls through along with some windy conditions.
He's wearing a tie today.
Yeah, I almost forgot. I'm like, oh shoot. So I
thought you were starting a new trend.
Well,
I like that.
Wouldn't mind not wearing a tie more often.
It's a good looking tie.
Keldon Johnson and Jeremy Sohan, who have really developed a nice friendship. Plus, we have sights and sounds from the Cowboys' winning wild card sideline coming up.
I mean, he plays defense, he plays basketball the right way. That's all you can ask for as a rookie. And he played hard. So everything else to come with that, I mean, he's only going to get better. Like I said, he puts in the time, he puts in the work. So, I mean, I'm confident that he's going to have a bright future.
Keldon is talking about his good friend and teammate Jeremy Sohan in Big Board Sports. The Spurs held shoot around this morning ahead of hosting the Los Angeles Clippers tomorrow night. Now the Spurs beat the shorthanded Brooklyn Nets Tuesday night 106-98. Keldon Johnson scored a career-high 36 points, and rookie Jeremy Sohan had 16. Now Keldon and Jeremy have become very good friends this season. Keldon was asked about their friendship and why it's grown.
We like the same stuff. It's crazy. I mean, some of the stuff he do is like, I look back when I was a rookie and be like it's like deja vu all over again. But, I mean, Jeremy's going to be an amazing player. I think he has all the intangibles to do it. I feel like he has the attitude, the hunger, and he had a passion for the game that you can't take away from him. So, I'm proud of the progress he's making, and I think he only going to get better. So.
Spurs will host the Clippers tomorrow night at 7 at the AT&T Center to close out their 4-game homestand. That, of course, also included a home game at the Alamo Dome. The Clippers played at the Jazz last night, the backside of back-to-back games, so Kawhi Leonard and Paul George sat out for rest, and the Jazz took advantage. Utah led wire-to-wire and by as many as 25 points over the weary Clippers. Jazz forward Lauri Markkanen was too tough to handle last night. He scored a game-high 34 points, shooting 11 of 20 overall and 6 for 8 from three-point range. That's his 11th game with at least 30 points this season. Jazz win 126-103. The Clippers come to San Antonio on a 2-game losing streak.
Pro football coverage powered by Davis Law Firm.
From start to finish, the Dallas Cowboys played outstanding on Monday night to knock the Bucs out of the playoffs while earning their first playoff road win in 30 seasons. Dak was awesome, and the defense never let Tom Brady find a rhythm. The boys posted some sounds from that game, so here's a 45-second clip for Cowboys fans to enjoy.
Let's be elite today, okay? Let's go, man! It's been too long, bro! Hey, be elite today, baby. Mike, be elite back out here, brother. Yes, sir. Let's go.
Prescott in the gun, back to throw. Well protected, going to the end zone.
Let's go, man. Come on now. Come on, man. Easy 6, Dalton.
We're behind you, bro. You good? You good, pal. You good. We with you, bro. I promise you, we with you. Yeah, for sure.
On to the Nets. You hear me? We like it. We love it. Yeah, Papa was a rolling stone.
He's got a good singing voice.
Yeah, not bad. I love the fact that they're pumping up their kicker.
Yeah, CD there for Maher. Yeah,
that was a rough game.
They brought one in, though, just in case.
Just in case.
What do they call that? The shanks?
Yeah. He had his coach called it the yips.
The yips.
He had some yips going. He had 4 of them.
Poor guy.
Mike and Fiona never have the yips, though.
Who's on the show today? The Jefferson Lassos. Hey, ladies, how are you? All right. We are going to be getting a demonstration from them a little bit later on. And, of course, they are going to be some of the stars of the show at the Cattle Drive Western Heritage Parade coming up in just, can you believe it's only 2 weeks away?
I can't believe it either.
2 weeks from Saturday.
And Jen takes us to an immersive yoga escape.
That's right. Melt away your stress with candlelit yoga, infrared yoga, and so many other classes here at House of Rhythm in the Medical Center. We are learning some asanas today.
Back to you guys. And healthy eats for the new year. We've got some great vegan game day food.
Yes, Griselda Munoz from Vegan Avenue is here. What you got for us here?
So right now we have a Santa Fe bowl ready for your New Year's resolutions.
And you said that chicken can fool
Yeah,
eaters, right?
anyone. It's made out of soy.
We will be taste testing it.
And of course, it's dry January, so we've got some great mocktail recipes for you.
Morgan O'Neill from Twang Products is here. What you got?
Yes, so we have a mocktail in a can, great for our Twang beer salt. Pop the lid off on the go, sprinkle some on, and there you go.
I like that. On the go for pocket or purse size. Okay.
All right.
And don't forget, it is National Popcorn Day. We have popcorn. You want some? What do you like on your popcorn?
Let us know at SA Live KSAT on Facebook and Twitter, and you may see your answer in the show in just a few minutes.
Lots of butter, that's what you
Yeah,
need.
totally. All that and more when SA Live continues.